we might have more people joining us in a little bit. However, I think we have most of you here, a lot of you here. So I think we're just going to go ahead and get started. Okay. So we're going to get started with a little bit of celebration
You send me
of our family business,
Zoom stuff?
Kimball Collective. And before we get started, what I would like to ask everyone is to please make sure you are muted throughout the presentation, so that way we avoid any background noise. Para todos, y por favor se pueden poner en mute para que no escuchemos el sonido detrás en el background. Y pueden mandar sus preguntas que tengan en el chat. So if you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to ask. You can send it in the chat. Paul's going to be moderating the chat.
Yes.
And you can answer any of your questions. There's also a little hand next to your name. If you go in the, see, where do you find that, Paul? So they can raise their hand.
I think it's in the participants list.
Okay.
So they hit participants in the bottom row there, a little bit on the left, and then they should be able to raise their hand.
So you can raise your hand or just send us a message in the chat. All right.
And I do think we have just about everybody now, Mish. So.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So we would like to start with this.
There we go.
Can anybody guess what song this is?
I don't know what song it is. It's a classic.
We are family. I got all my brothers and me. We are family. Get up, everybody, sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with
My
me.
brother.
We are family. Get up, everybody, sing.
All right. Just wanted to get started to get you all in the mood because we are so excited to be launching this project, which is a family project. And we are so, so happy to have made it this far. So I thank you all for joining us tonight, for supporting us, for everybody who has shared and just really, really supported us through this whole process. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you also just being here with us today as we share a little bit with you about everything. Okay, Paul, stop texting. All right, so let me get started. So again, welcome everyone. I am Mishka Kimball, and I am the founder and CEO of Kimball Collective. This is our team, and I will tell you just a little bit more about me. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I am also a life coach and consultant for other therapists and entrepreneurs who want to build their practice and develop their brand. Let me introduce you to my team. My husband, Paul Kimball, who is our Chief Creative Officer. Go ahead, Paul.
That's me. So like Mishka said, I am her husband first, and I am also the Chief Creative Officer and copywriter here at Kimball Collective. So I've been writing basically my entire life, and I have proof because back when I was 5 or 6 years old, I was in our local newspaper because I was in like kindergarten and writing a story. I think you can see in the picture that it's pretty awful. But I was writing nonetheless, and hopefully I've gotten better over the years. So I've been a professional writer now for the last 7 years. I'm a screenwriter, and I also do copywriting and other creative writing and content writing as well. So that's a little bit about me. I will pass it on to Mariano.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Today is a very special day. As you know, it's our launching day. And I would like to talk about a little bit about, about what I do. My specialty in the Kimball Collective is creating logos for companies that want to grow, they want to build a special thing, a special logo, special brand, something that it's different, something that it's exciting, something that will make you different from anybody else, and something that will help you get the message that you want to share with the world. That's my goal for me, to help you be the best and what is it that the brand is, and to make a beautiful thing. And now my brothers can talk about what they do too, David and Daniel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us. My name is David Clavijo Marin. I'm a graphic designer and illustrator. I'm also the branding supervisor for Kimball Collective. What I do is that I manage our social media from Kimball Collective and also Kimball Therapy. And I'm here to help you elevate your brand. My passion is to make illustrations with my twin brother Daniel. Since we were kids, we draw cartoons just for fun. But now we are creating our own style and to help people create their own illustrations. As you can see in my picture, there is an illustration of me as an astronaut. That's one of my dreams, that I always wanted to be an astronaut, and represents the dream. And now I'm going to let you with my twin brother, Daniel. So go ahead, Daniel.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Daniel. I'm David's twin brother and also Mishka's brother. I'm a graphic designer and illustrator for the Kimball Collective. My specialty is to create unique designs for you and also cartoons. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. And as you can see, this is my family. So my dream was to be able to work with my family, and to be able to do that, it's been a journey. It all started with me having a dream to become a therapist and going to grad school. I graduated with my master's in counseling psychology from Mount St. Mary's in 2015. And I learned so much about counseling and psychology and theory. And I know some of my therapist colleagues are here. You're a therapist, we don't learn anything about business in school. I didn't even realize that I was actually an entrepreneur. But I really had a passion to be able to start my own project in my own private practice. So what I decided to do was, I need to learn this. I got myself a mentor, I got myself coaching, and I learned it and I did it. And I created my private practice called Kimball Therapy, which is the sister company of Kimball Collective. This beautiful butterfly logo was designed by David. And my family has always been my inspiration, especially our grandfather, Coco. You can see this beautiful illustration. This is our Coco, our grandfather, and it was created also by David. He always taught us that the first thing, the most important thing, was our family. And so he dreamed that we would always be united and we would help each other grow. So he inspired us and inspired me to create Kimball Collective. Kimball Collective is a combination of all of our talents. I bring my expertise in counseling and life coaching. Paul brings his expertise in copywriting. Mariano with logos and design. And the twin designers, David and Daniel, they create logos as well as illustrations. And this is our company that we have created together in the midst of this pandemic. So I want to inspire you today. If you can take anything out of today, is that if you have a goal, if you have a dream, anything is possible, even in the midst of everything that's going on in our world. So this is our legacy. This is my Coco. This was me when I was about 18. That was the year that I graduated high school. And what he taught us was to do everything with integrity, commitment, and excellence. And that is what we are committed to do for you, for our clients, for anyone who comes and wants to work with us. And this is also how we work as a team. We honor our grandfather, Coco, el Dr. Carlos Marinarcia, in his memory. He passed away earlier this year. And so it's very special for us and very meaningful for us to dedicate this to him. So what is Kimball Collective? So Paul, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So Mishka's been painting a really great picture of why this company started and our values within it. And so to explain what we are and then what we do, we're an international hybrid company, which means that we've taken the world of wellness and the world of creativity and molded them together. So we come from the background of Mishka's wellness, her therapy and her counseling and life coaching, and combining that with all our skills in the creative realm with writing and logo design and graphic design and that sort of thing. So that is Kimball Collective. And if you want to go to the next slide, we'll tell you our mission here. And our mission is to help creative entrepreneurs and wellness professionals elevate their life and brand so they can thrive. Our goal is to take others who are like us, who were like Mishka years ago when she started her practice, and help them be better and do better in their lives and with their companies.
Absolutely. And they go together, right? Because you have a project, and maybe some of you have a project that has just been dormant, or you stuck it in a drawer and you forgot about it, or you want to do it, but you don't know how, right? So we want to help you learn how to do it, get it out of that drawer and make that vision and that project come true. That is our main goal. So these are some of our services. I don't want to get into too much detail. We don't want to make this too long. So we are offering life coaching, coaching de vida, professional consulting, asesoría profesional, and psychotherapy, which is terapia. However, psychotherapy, the disclaimer is that this is only offered through our sister company, Kimball Therapy, and it is only available for California residents. And then our creative services include branding and design, desarrollo de marca y diseño, copywriting, redacción para las marcas, and online courses, cursos online. We will talk a little bit more about our first course, which we will be launching very soon. So what is branding? So this is at the core of what we do, right, is branding. Branding means a lot of different things and encompasses everything that you see here. So I'm going to bring in one of my branding experts, Mariano, so he will explain to you a bit more about what branding means and why it's important. Go ahead, Mariano.
Okay, thank you, Mishka. Okay, so the first thing that we need to know about branding before we can do anything, it's the meaning and the importance of it. The meaning is basically, okay, so the branding is everything that your brand represents. The branding is the merchandise, is the advertising, is the promotional business, the reputation, and the logo. Everything needs to be, I can say, on the straight line. You know, it has to have a meaning, it has to have a vision, a mission, a purpose. So you can build that and make it something unique, something that represents you, and something that will tell the people who you are. What is it that you want to do? So you have to take a few steps to accomplish that, because your brand, it's like your baby. You need to take care of your baby. You need to build it and work it every day. You need to be consistent every single day, because your brand is everything. Basically, what you need to do, the first thing that you need to do is to let the people know who you are. What is it that you want to tell? What is it that you want to share, and why? The second thing is to keep that promise that you made to yourself and the people, and to keep it going. Okay, you have to communicate that promise that you want to share, that vision, that all the things that I mentioned. Sorry, you need to be, well, you have to communicate all of that information, all of that goals, all of that purpose, so that people can understand and feel compromised with you. They feel comfortable, they feel familiar, that they feel like they know they can trust your company. And not everything relies on the logo. That is really important. You can have a beautiful logo and a beautiful artwork, but if you don't work and you don't try to get that message out, you cannot rely on the beautiful things that you have, because if you don't share it the right way and you're not consistent, it won't work. But if you have a beautiful logo and a beautiful artwork, that's gonna help a lot. But it's also important to say that not only the logo is important, but also you can have a slogan. Slogan is like the message you want to tell, the story that you want to share. For example, let's talk about a company that everybody knows. I think that I don't even need to say the name of the company to let the people know who they are, because that's the goal that they wanted to make. They wanted to make something that as soon as you mention it, they know, you know who they are. So let's just say this brand made a campaign, a movement, made a message. They made a complete story, so you can share it with everybody and you can feel excited every time you use that brand. And that slogan is just do it. I think everybody knows who made that slogan, just do it. So the meaning of that slogan is not just go running around and use the brand. It's a whole story and a whole background behind it. It's a story and a meaning that makes Nike or Nike the brand that they are, and they are literally the best sports brand that there is, because of that. Not because of the logo and the beautiful artwork or even the shoes. It's because of that story that they build and they make that makes them unique. And like I said before, the most important thing about the branding is the beautiful artworks, yeah, but you have to be consistent. The consistency makes you better than anybody else and makes you, well, yeah, a unique brand.
Thank you,
And
Mariano.
okay,
And the evolution of branding, can you tell us a little bit about that?
yeah, I want to say that, well, in older times, people thought that you need to tell all the story that you have in your brand in the logo. You can see right there how, for example, Apple had a extremely detailed logo with the different fonts, different things that you cannot even see because they're so small and so detailed they cannot tell what it is. So with time, they realized that that logo wasn't working, because it's not just because you cannot see what it is clearly. It's because when you want to print and take that logo to some other place, and might not work because, for example, it has a white background, has a lot of black, and you want to put that in, for example, a red background, and it's going to look, well, not too great. So you need something that it's more modern, something more simple. The simple, the better. So you can see how Apple transformed that amazing artwork into something simple, but that communicates everything that they are. The simple Apple makes the whole story in one simple piece of artwork. You can see it also in Starbucks. It's basically the same, but they took a lot of stuff that you don't need to see when you know the brand. You take the name out, take the stars, because you know who they are. They have a symbol, they have a story that as soon as you see them or You hear the name, you know who they are. And you don't need to remind, oh, here it says Apple, here it says Starbucks, and it has a lot of details. You go straight for the message. Also, like McDonald's, I'm loving it. The slogan is perfect, it's short, and the logo, well, is the letter M, the golden arch, which is simple, direct, and tells you who they are.
Thank you, Mariano. Exactly. So Mariano explained it really well. And what I want to add there is also there is a psychology to this and why branding is so important for a business, because it will get it recognized, it'll build trust, and it'll bring you that ideal client that you want to bring in, right? So when people look at your brand, the first thing they're going to see is the visuals, right? The name. The brain processes shapes first. That's the first thing that the brain will notice. And the second thing that the brain will look at and notice is the color. So we think that maybe branding isn't all that important, the message that we're getting across is what matters. Well, actually, they both matter. But people won't even look at the message until before they see the shapes, the colors, and the visuals. So that's how our brain works. And this is also why it's so important to be able to elevate your business, your project, that your branding can be on point. And like Mariano said, that it can really represent you, your mission, and your goal, and who you serve. So these are just some examples of logos that Mariano has created. So Mariano is our logo specialist, and he has created multiple different logos for restaurants, catering businesses, therapists. Also, he is the creator of our logo, Kimball Collective, which you can see right here. These are just some samples of some of our work. And here are some samples of illustrations, which have been created by my brothers, Daniel and David. And as Mariano also said, illustration is also important. There is a lot that a logo represents and the visuals that it represents, but that it cannot paint the whole picture. You can add to your branding with more visuals utilizing illustration. So illustration is also like the next step in what you can do. So many companies, maybe some of you know, heard of like MailChimp, Dropbox, Headspace. They have a logo, but they also have and utilize illustration to convey their messages. You can see my illustration here that the twins created. I will let David and Daniel tell you a little bit more about illustration very briefly. Go ahead, David.
Okay, so Daniel and I are going to talk a little bit about the illustrations and why an illustration is important for your brand. What we think is an illustration is a representation of something important or someone. It could be a person. For example, here we are showing Mishka cartoons. Go ahead, Daniel.
Thank you very much, David. Just like David said, we're talking about illustration, and we like the fact that the illustration, it can be anything. You just need the idea. And the beauty of this is that any idea, there's a story behind it, and we want to share it and help you share that idea. We want to help you to create your illustration. And the most important thing here to create the illustration is that each idea requires a specific moment of creation that it will represent.
Perfect. Absolutely. So illustrations, you can convey a message other than with the written word, which is what copywriting is, which
Yes.
we will Paul tell us a little bit about
Oh,
copyright.
Mishka. Sorry, Mishka. I'm not done yet.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, David.
I apologize. Yes, I have a message here that it says, good branding creates recognition, trust, support advertising, builds financial value, and brings new customers. So what we are trying to do with the illustration here at Kimball Collective, I'm going to give you an example of one of the biggest companies for fast food, that is McDonald's. McDonald's, what they do is they they have food, but they also have different type of service that is represented by a character. In this case, I'm talking about Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald was created in order to represent a different type of service that is for the kids. So you can now go to McDonald's and not just eat your food. You can celebrate your kid's birthday there because they have their own characters that represents their brand. So that's what we are trying to do here. It doesn't have to be your logo. If you can see our logo, it's a peacock, but our company is represented by a different cartoon that Danielle is going to talk about.
Okay.
Thank you very much, David. Just like David said, in this case, David and I, we created Mishka's illustration that represents our company CEO. And that's one of the things that we want to do here at Kimball Collective. We're trying to offer you an illustration that it will represent you and also your brand.
Thank you so much. And I love it. I absolutely am in love with my cartoon and my illustration, like my little avatar. And so, as the twins said, this is all also a very essential aspect that can be utilized for marketing, branding, and really growing your reputation and your mission. Really being able to express that mission. So, Paul, why don't you tell us a little bit about copywriting and what it does? Why is it important? What is copywriting and why is it important?
Sure. So I'm going to make this very brief because I know that we've been going on for a little bit. And coming next, I believe we are giving away one of our prizes for the night. So copywriting is text. It's marketing text. It's text that persuades people to act a certain way, which is usually to buy a product or buy a service. So good copy is clear and candid writing that appeals to and engages your ideal client. So whatever your business is, you've got your ideal client and your writing should engage them. Now, you should also identify an issue or problem that your ideal client has. Why should they buy your product? What are they struggling with that you can help them with? So you establish within your copy that you are the solution. You and your company are the solution to their problem. And then you call them to action at the end, which is usually to buy your product or subscribe to your service. So good copy is important. Going back to what Mariana was saying about branding as a whole, good copy is important because it builds your company in unity and really creates a voice for your company that people can relate to or remember well. So good copy is important because it creates a lasting bond between you and your audience. It's also important because it makes you unique and sets you apart from your competition. It allows you to further sharpen your brand, like I just said. And it also, and probably most importantly, it sells. Good copy sells. It makes you more revenue and it boosts your search engine optimization, for those of you that know what that is, which allows you to reach more people and increase your revenue that way. So copywriting, in addition to the branding services that we've already discussed, is very important for getting your company out there.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much, Paul. And so we are sharing a little bit about some of our customers. We started Kimball Collective about 3 months ago, and we have been seeing clients. So this is one of our beautiful clients, Prisma Martinez. I think she's here today. We helped develop her brand identity, this logo that you see here, for Prismatic Therapy. She is a therapist in private practice who serves mothers and mothers-to-be and also provides infant massage. And so we created, and Mariano worked directly with her to create this beautiful logo. And here we have a very happy therapist, one of our customers, who is doing really well in her private practice. And we helped her with creating that brand. One more therapist that we are currently working with. So outside of what we described, we also do other things. So we are working with Maribel Dugas from Sun and Health. She is a licensed clinical social worker, also wanting to create her private practice and her brand. So currently we are developing her logo. We are also redesigning her website. and doing copywriting and images for her website. And we just recently did a photo shoot for all her professional pictures, which will go on her website. And as you can see, Maribel is also very happy with the services that she has received from us. So it is time for our first giveaway. And you got to stay till the end so that you know, so you can get your award. And also we have more awards later and discounts. So make sure you stick around. So our first winner, hold on, drum roll please. Who is the winner of a logo?
The winner of the logo, this first prize, is Sherry. And your last name, I know I'd ruin it. I believe you are here, Sherry.
Sherry Mankulich.
Yes, there you go.
Sherry, are you here? Go ahead and unmute yourself. I believe I saw her earlier.
Yes, I see her still here.
So congratulations, Sherry. We will be reaching out to you, and you have the option to either get a logo designed. Sherry is actually one of my colleagues, and we picked all the winners at random, everybody who was registered. So Sherry is actually one of my colleagues. I know she's also a therapist in private practice. So I'm very excited that she won. So she can choose between a logo or an illustration, whichever she would like, and we will get in touch with you. Okay, so now I would like to introduce you to our Brave program. This is our first online course and coaching program that we are offering, which will be starting January 15th. So you are the first ones to hear about this, and you will get an exclusive offer today to be able to join our Brave program. So the purpose of this course is to help entrepreneurs and wellness professionals who are striving to elevate their lives and their brand to design their success using practical steps so they and their businesses can thrive. So in this program, our main purpose is to help entrepreneurs and wellness professionals. We want you to really thrive and have your projects and your ideas come to life. And how do we do that? So the reason the name of our course is Brave is because it represents all that you see here. Brave, it stands for believe in yourself and aim high. Reinvent yourself through creativity. Adapt to the process of change. Visualize the life and brand you want. And execute your goals so you can make your vision a reality. So how will this course work? This will be a course that you can access online, that you will be able to have lifetime access, and you can complete at your own pace. So it'll have different modules. Each one of these that you see here is a different module. And so why do we do this? So there is so much research. And if you listen to people that are super successful, like Tony Robbins, for example, they'll tell you that for a leader and entrepreneur to really be successful, it is 80% the psychology and 20% the mechanics. So this program will help you with the psychology in a big way, believing in yourself and aiming high. We're going to help you work through all your mental, emotional blocks that might be holding you back and really find out what those are, what those self-limiting beliefs are, and help you work through them. We're also going to help you reinvent yourself through creativity by thinking outside the box, really tapping into your potential, what it is that you want to do, who you are, and really starting to help you create new dreams and a new vision for yourself. Knowing that you can also work on different dreams at the same time. You don't only have to work on one dream at a time. Adapt to the process of change. This is also part of the psychology where, things have changed a lot, right? Especially this year. We had a pandemic. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. We've had elections here in the US. We've had a lot. We've had a lot going on all across the world. And so adapting to the process of change is super important. Focusing on what you can control, what you can influence, and what you can do versus what you can't. And then we are going to give you very, very practical tools. In the next 2 modules, Visualize the Life and Brand You Want, we're going to be teaching you all the essentials about branding, copywriting, the psychology behind it too, but how to implement it. We're going to help you set goals, and we're going to help you really start to create a roadmap so that you can create your project, whatever project you may have. We can help you get it started. If you don't know how to do it, we will teach you how to do it, how to get started, how to move forward. Let's say you're a therapist and you're in private practice, or you don't know how, you want to start private practice, but you don't know how, we will teach you how to do that. In Execute Your Goals module, we will create a business plan with you. And we will also help you in creating your CEO power schedule and routine, because there are habits of successful people that we will teach you that are necessary so that you can make your vision a reality and you can design your success. So what's included in this program? So you'll get 5 online modules, which again, you can complete at your own pace. You will also get templates, guidelines, and checklists that it will help you. You will get homework, and you will have guidelines and checklists to help you stay on task and complete some of those tasks. Lifetime access to all course content. The course can actually be completed in 6 weeks, but you can take as much time as you need. You will also get included in this a 1-hour VIP one-on-one coaching session, which is usually valued at $300, but this is included in the program. You'll also get 10% off a logo or illustration should you choose to get your logo or illustrations done with us at the end of your program. And now we have 2 more gifts to give you. Free VIP access to the first one will be a free VIP coaching session. And the winner is, who is the winner, Paul?
The winner is Brizeda Portal.
Is Brizeda?
Drum roll, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Congrats, Brizeda. So I'm excited. And we will reach out to you so we can set that up.
Sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And now, last but not least, our last gift for you will actually be a free VIP access to our Brave course. And the person who will get that is, who is that, Paul?
I'm looking right now. Sorry, getting my notes. So it's, hopefully I say your name right. If I don't, I apologize. It's Natalie Dowdell. I don't know if she is here.
Is Natalie here? Let's see if she's here. If not, then it will go to someone else who is here.
We did plan for this. Everyone's got there's a runner-up for each one.
Yes. So if Natalie's here, go ahead and either tell us in the chat or unmute yourself and let us know you're here.
There's a lot of people to scroll through, so I'm looking.
All right, just give us a minute so that we can check if the person is here. Natalie, going once, going twice. Okay, so who's the runner-up?
So runner-up, and now the winner is Griselda Garcia.
And do we have Griselda here?
Here.
Woohoo! Congratulations, Griselda.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So we will get in touch with everyone who won today, and we will set everything up for you. Okay, so these are our pricing and the discounts that you will get today. So you can also, if you visit our website, we have all our services, all our prices up on our website. We are very transparent. There's no hiding. There's no fine print. It's all out there. For everyone who has been here today and who registered, you get exclusive access to a special discount of 50% of all our services. And you will get access to the Brave program for a very special price. Our Brave program is launching again in January 15th. But you are able to sign up and reserve your spot for, instead of $9.97, which will be the regular price, for $4.97. Now that offer will be good until, Paul, when will this offer expire?
So we'll do it for until the end of the week.
Till the end of the week. Okay. Yeah. Till the end of the week by midnight. And for all our everything else, same thing, right? You will have access to, you will keep your 50%. And if you book, right, if you book any of our services within the next couple of days, you will get that price. I want to honor also that, you know, if you decide up until the end of this year, you know what, I want to work with you guys, I attended your launch, let us know that you attended your launch, our launch. We will honor the discounts. But for the Brave program, you do need to sign up or schedule a consultation with me within the next couple of days if you would like to be able to have access or have access to that offer.
I also just want to say that for the math whizzes out there, it's actually technically the discounts are between 30 and 50%. So for some of you who are doing the math, it depends on the service.
Yes, 50%. You're right. It's 50% for the majority of them. And then for some of our services, it was 30. You're right. Thank you for reminding me of that, pointing that out.